Chair. Thanks, Senator Brandis, for your appearance. I did have a number of questions, but frankly, you've answered them all in your opening statement, for which we thank you, which really does put this matter in perspective and shows just what an absolute waste of time this is. But I just did want to ask one question before perhaps I could hand my 15 minutes on to Senator Reynolds. Senator Brandis, who would have been aware of this issue? And if I can lead you in the direction, but correct me if I'm wrong, I assume you knew about it, obviously. I assume...
The issue being what? That the Solicitor General was unhappy with the Legal Services direction?
No, the whole issue of the Legal Services direction. I mean, you knew about it, your department knew about it,
For me, it was such a matter of formality and administrative housekeeping. I was barely aware of it until the Solicitor General raised it with me on the 30th of November.
But that's not the purpose of my question is, Minister, you knew about it, your department knew about it, the Solicitor General knew about it. Did you, Minister, talk to the media about this prior to it being raised in the Senate?
No.
Do you know if your department...
Well, I'm sorry, when you say prior to it being raised in the Senate, I'm sorry, let me qualify my answer. I didn't speak to the media about it prior to it being raised in the media.
Okay.
And the first time it was raised in the media, which was in the Fairfax press, was, I think, either an article in the Sydney Morning Herald by James Masula or an article in the Financial Review by Laura Tingle during the course of the election campaign. And that's the first time I was aware that somebody had agitated the issue in the media, and I responded, I can't remember whether on or off the record, but I responded to inquiries made of me through my office by those journalists.
Well, Minister, I'll rephrase the question as you've rightly put. You didn't raise it before it was raised, you saw it in the media.
Correct.
Do you know if your department raised it before it was seen before it appeared in the media?
Well, the article by Laura Tingle quoted at some length from a letter. And that letter passed through three offices. The Solicitor General's office, I'm reasonably certain it was a letter from him to me. And it may be one of the letters to which he referred in his evidence today, but I'd need to check the article. But that letter was known to only three groups of people. Those in the Solicitor General's office, from which it emanated, me and those in my office, who were the recipients, and the Attorney General's Department.
Okay.
Well, if I may finish, I had my then Deputy Chief of Staff, Mr. Folkes, satisfy himself that the letter that was found its way into the Financial Review had not been leaked from my office. And there's no reason it would have been, because it had been leaked against me. Mm. And I was completely satisfied that my office was not the source of the leak. I asked the Secretary of my department, Mr. Moratis, to satisfy himself that the letter had not leaked from the Attorney General's Department. And he came back to me and he said to me, this letter was seen or known about by very, very few people in the department, and I am absolutely certain that the source of the leak was not the department.
Okay, that's all I had to answer. Thank you very much. To ask. Thanks very much, Senator Brandis. And I'll pass my time on to Senator Reynolds, if I could.
Thank you very much.